So this video is about why I am starting a new YouTube channel called Poetry, Songwriting and Life. It's one of my philosophies in life that you should share with the world what it is you're most passionate and what most turns you on in the world. And for me, it's creative things. It's poetry, songwriting and life. It's poetry and songwriting. So in this YouTube channel, I'll be putting my original poetry and songs, and also general and discussing them as well, and discussing in general ideas about writing poems and songs from my own experience. This channel will be about me stepping up every day, doing some writing, and sharing that, and sharing what I've learnt through my actions. It's not, you know, I think anytime somebody shares something that they've learnt from their own experience, that's a valuable thing. So that's the flavour that I want. A bit of a background with me. I don't really have any formal training in the area at all. Like I never studied English literature. When I was young, in high school, I didn't really consider myself a very good writer. I don't really think I am either. I don't really think I am now either. But from the age of 16, I started playing guitar, my father's guitar. I never had any formal lessons. I learned the piano for about 4 years when I was young, so I can play both things, and I've developed my voice from singing a lot. I started to write my songs from about that age, or maybe more accurately, maybe from the age of 21, say. I'm 28 right now. I'm from Sydney, Australia. My name's Nicholas, or Nick. And yeah, it's just going to be an honest thing. I'm making this really for myself, to track my progress as I go into a new phase of writing. I haven't written any songs or poems for about 3 months, so I'm going to be getting back into that again, and it's a bit of like a video diary to track my progress and just share it with the world. As I say, it's one of my philosophies. I think a lot of people are afraid of doing that, so I'm just putting it out there, putting my personality out there on YouTube. I think YouTube's a great medium for this kind of thing. I guess that's all my history. I actually studied geology at university. As I said, I've never really studied literature, or I've never really studied literature or English formally, just through my own thing. And it was really the music that attracted me the most out of when writing songs. Really the music that originally attracted me. And then when I travelled overseas, I travelled to Europe for 9 months and got back about 6 months ago. And it was in my time in Paris, for about a month I was there, and I met lots of writing types, and I sort of got a window into that kind of idea, that kind of thing. And it made me think of how I really need to develop my actual writing ability, and I want to try and see myself more as a writer than a musician. When I was overseas, after I was in Paris, for the next few months, I got a few poetry books. It was just like reading a lot of poetry, analysing it, using my own unique way of analysing it, kind of like a grammatical based approach, I suppose, looking at the sentence structures and the way it's put together, and the perspective of the poet, and like the intention behind it. The sort of analysing. I'm a very analytical person, I guess. I get that from my science background. I studied geology for 4 years, and did a thesis, so I did a lot of writing then. So I guess that's what I want this channel to be about, and I want it to be a place where I can just share my ideas, pretty much, and share my work in poems and songs. So I'm really creating this channel for myself. It's really me just talking to a camera, thinking about my ideas of my songwriting process, my poetry writing process. And I don't really have a background in English literature, so I don't really know all the theories of writing poems and stuff. I just do it very innately. Something that inspired me was, I read a quote by Vincent van Gogh, and he said that when he was, I think, maybe 26 years old, he just decided, because his brother was in the art world, like an art dealer or something, I'm not sure, and then he just decided that he wanted to become an artist at the age of 26, not really conforming to any school or anything like that, but just, the quote's something like, but just expressing genuine human feeling. So he didn't really have a background in how to paint pictures, but he just took to it and did what he could. But it was really the music side that took me first. My father's just watching me. Yeah, and then the lyric writing came later. But my songs, even from the beginning, were always like a personal expression of me, talking about I, probably too much so, I and me, and what's going on with me. So that's really my kind of style. But, you know, over the years I travelled recently, well not recently, but I travelled to Europe for 9 months, and that's when I really started to read more poetry and became more interested in poetry. I did write a few poems, you know, back in the day, years and years ago, but I really started to look at poetry of a way of bettering my lyric writing. So that's a snapshot of what I want this channel to be about. Thank you for watching.